In the first 3 months of 2026, the tech industry cut 80,000 jobs. Meta alone laid off approximately 10% of its entire workforce to help fund its transition toward AI. These companies aren't running out of cash, they are aggressively redirecting capital. Every dollar previously spent on human payroll is being moved into the massive data centers required to train and run frontier models. Nearly half of all tech layoffs in early 2026 were explicitly attributed to this AI pivot. Thousands of payroll positions are being swapped for compute credits, as companies bet that automated intelligence can replace the output of the workforce they just cut. Those compute costs are being passed directly to the user. When OpenAI released GPT 5.5, they launched it at exactly double the price of the model it replaced, a model that had only been on the market for 6 weeks. GPT 5.4 cost $15, but 5.5 cost $30, doubling base operating costs overnight.
Anthropic took a subtler approach, reducing code cache time to live from 1 hour to 5 minutes. This forced models to reread code bases, multiplying daily expenses for active users by 5 times. Beyond the soaring costs, centralized AI has become a massive security target. A recent supply chain attack on the Bitwarden password manager specifically harvested AI developer credentials and configuration files, leaving corporate API keys exposed to theft. Developers relying on closed corporate AI are caught in a tightening squeeze. They are facing doubled base prices, hidden cost multipliers, and a reality where their cloud credentials are now high-value targets for hackers. The financial pressure has created a massive pricing gap. Frontier models are charging between $30 and $40 per million tokens, while open-source alternatives available on providers like Grok have dropped to just 8 cents.
That disparity is why Alibaba's Qwen 3.6 27 billion parameter model had such a disruptive impact on the developer community. It is a free, open-weight model that successfully ties the premium Claude Sonnet 4.6 on complex coding tasks, performing at a level that usually costs hundreds of dollars a month. For the first time, free models are offering identical capabilities to their premium corporate counterparts. The proprietary labs no longer hold a monopoly on high-level reasoning. You don't need a supercomputer to run this. Qwen 3.6 can output 85 tokens per second running locally on a single used consumer graphics card. This efficiency is driven by a breakthrough called Refine RL. Instead of relying on raw size, researchers teach small models to act as skeptical agents that iteratively validate and correct their own solutions before finalizing an answer. Research proves that this iterative self-correction allows a tiny 4 billion parameter model to match the single attempt performance of a massive 235 billion parameter system. Progress now depends on mathematical precision. Labs are finding ways to deliver PhD-level reasoning on small systems that can be managed on a household budget. Developers are building their own bypasses to avoid corporate toll roads. Proxy tools now allow users to keep their existing high-end workflows while routing the actual data processing through much cheaper independent providers. New tools like Context Mode focus on aggressively slashing token costs. By sandboxing and compressing what an AI needs to remember, they can reduce an agent's memory footprint by up to 98%. Major labs like Tencent and DeepSeek are fueling this shift by open-sourcing their own massive architectures and the critical software infrastructure needed to run them efficiently. The compute moat that previously protected large AI labs is evaporating. The developer community is constructing a complete independent ecosystem that offers high-end intelligence for free. The technology has split into 2 competing realities. In the first, you rent your intelligence. You remain subject to doubled prices, silent fee increases, and a centralized structure that drains your resources while exposing your internal code to security risks. In the second, you own your intelligence. You run highly capable, mathematically dense models locally on your own hardware, keeping your data and your costs entirely under your control. Local open-source AI has transitioned from an experimental hobby to a functional requirement for cost control. It offers a way to maintain development margins without remaining tethered to a third-party pricing model.